What's going on, everyone? Dave Mormon here. I'm CEO and founder at Home Service Business Coach. I wanted to do a little bit of a different kind of episode today, one that's going to cause you to hopefully think in a different way. You know, as you change the way you think, it's going to change your actions in not just your business, but also in your life. And I just wanted to share something today, transparently, that's been kind of on my mind lately. And that's really what our title talks about today: the power of making wise decisions in your business and also in your life. Because here's the thing, I'm a business coach, right? And people come to me for business advice and business coaching. It's really tough to actually cause positive change in your business until you actually fix what's going on in the personal life, right? And so, yes, we're business coaches, myself and my team, but a lot of it kind of dips into coaching up our members personally. And a big thing that we do, honestly, I believe in how we've structured things, is we actually change how you think, because it really comes down to identity with your business. And are you a solopreneur? Are you a one-man band? Or are you an entrepreneur with a team and scaling the business, right? And it all comes down to making fundamentally wise decisions in your business and your life. And quite honestly, I believe it's a superpower to make wise decisions. Wisdom's actually defined as knowledge, experience, and making good, sound judgment, right? So if you have that superpower, you're going to crush it in business and life. And there's just so many situations I've seen now where I'm just like, why would that individual make that decision? To me, seems like an unwise decision. I'm not saying every decision I make is just wise after wise. Like, I've made terrible hiring mistakes. I've made some poor financial mistakes, even hiring vendors, right? I had an accountant back in the day, was a very unwise decision that I had, was a loose friend and had, my books running, but there was just things that were getting missed. Hindsight, looking back a decade ago, it was an unwise decision on my part. And so I believe if you can make sound decisions, you can be wise. I'm going to show you in this video, in this training, how to actually do it. I think you can end up building a pretty successful business and life. And when I look back, my last 16 years being an entrepreneur, it's a series of wise decisions that I believe create, success. And you can define success however you want. But for me, it's creating more income, it's creating more time, and it's creating more impact. Those are really, form really the why of why I'm, running my businesses today. And I don't think I'd have my businesses today, right? Like today, my umbrella company, we're doing multiple seven figures in my cleaning side combined with my coaching side. You sum it all up, and we're a successful operating company. We've got 18 employees now. On the coaching side, we've got hundreds of clients. On the cleaning side, we've got hundreds of clients. And it's something I'm really proud of what, myself and my team have been able to build. But I think when you wind it all back to the beginning, like, how does that happen? It's just making wise decisions, like one after the next. And I think even in your personal life, like what you choose to put in your body every day, by way of, is it healthy food, unhealthy food? And I'm not saying I'm perfect with this by any means. How much are you sleeping? Another wise decision. Another wise decision is the people around you. For me, I have core values of wanting a peaceful life. And so for me to attract people that are, chaotic, or maybe up and down a lot with like how reliable are they, I just don't have capacity in my life for drama. And so I don't want to attract those people. So I'm going to make the best I can wise hiring decisions on the front end. And I don't think you can rely on your gut feeling as you grow, but I do really believe in the power of intuition. And when you, like, for example, I was just on a YouTube video, right? These two young guys saying they're in home services, profiting $800,000 from this thing that they're doing. And within 30 seconds of watching it, I'm just like, something in here just doesn't seem legit, right? And I'm going to, and I might be totally wrong, but just that initial gut feeling, I'm just like, something is kind of off with this. And I'll see this with my friends too, right? They'll go and say, sign up for an online program, right? And they won't do their necessary research. They won't talk to any current clients or past clients that, said expert actually has. And then they'll go and, pay money. Because here's the thing, people who scam online, they tend to be great salespeople on the front end, right? And then they sell you into this thing and you're just like, this isn't really what I thought it would actually be, right? There's this gap, and that's where conflict lies. Conflict is basically the result of having unmet expectations. And so we need to be really cautious, I think, in today's day and age. In everyone online, everything can look amazing and everything can look not quite as it seems. So it's a really key important skill for you as a human and as a business owner to be able to discern and be like, this thing just does not pass the sniff test. And I don't think I would have good judgment to actually go and invest in this thing, right? So let's actually distill it down to where do we make decisions? Let's start with our business, okay? And I think there's really three key areas that I think if you can flex up the wise decision making, you'll have a completely different business from someone else who runs a business who just goes with the flow, right? Because I'm not interested in building an average business. I want to build something exceptional, right? I don't want to be mediocre. I want to be meteoric, right? I want to build something totally different. So the first way you can go about it, making wise decisions, I believe, is really in your hiring decisions, okay? And this is going to be, what's the quality of people on your team, but not just the quality, like what is the character of the people on your team, right? I learn a lot from Alex and Layla Hermosi. They talk about one of their core values being, having this above reproach character, right? Just this like completely high bar for who you are. Do you say you're going to do what you're going to say you're going to do? Do you follow through on your stuff? Is your word good? Are you reliable? Like all of these things bundle up into someone being a solid hire. And I think in trades, we oftentimes settle for less. We go with someone who doesn't have that super high bar of character. And if you're listening to this and you resonate with this, you're like, I have that high bar of character, you're going to be in for a world of hurt if you make an unwise decision and go with someone who does not match your high bar for character, right? If you have a technician who is cutting corners on a job site or not following processes or, even doing a cash job on the side, or if a neighbor comes up, they're taking their contact information and texting them because they can do it cheap. Like all these things I've seen before, and they just cause this gap, this riff in your business that, you would have made an unwise decision in the first place. Because here's the thing with core values, I hate to break it to you, but they actually cannot be trained, right? If you're bringing in a technician who's 27 years old and the technician's name is Eric, you cannot teach Eric new core values. He's just going to operate how he is. You can teach him tacit skills like how to clean a window or how to organize the van, absolutely. But the core values are going to be baked in through your childhood. And unfortunately, a business owner cannot change that. On the flip side, if you find someone who fits your core values and they are above reproach and have excellent character, they're not going to go just change their ways, right? It's that quote, how you do anything is how you do everything in life. So if you're cutting corners in your home life or you're cutting corners in a workout, like that's going to carry through to the business world as well. So you've got to carry yourself with a high bar, and that all comes into decision making and the hiring department. Like if you watch any of our content, I just can't stress enough how important this is, because when you run a home service business, as I have for 16 years, your people are your product. So you've got to nail it in the hiring department, even if that takes months or multiple years, right? One of my clients I was working with this year took almost 10 weeks to hire a successful technician because everyone that he had brought into his organization to the interview process did not fit his values, right? And he had to say, on to the next, on to the next. And so every week he was coming on our call and I was coaching him to stay the course and go after the character, go after that core value fit is so important with making wise decisions, okay? The second department for making wise decisions, I believe, is in your marketing department. There are so many marketing agencies today. Goodness me, running this business 16 years, like in our inbox, it just gets automatically filtered out now. How many SEO companies to run our Google ads, our Facebook ads, they tend to be male and like 18 to 28 years old, no experience in home services, coming up, can I get you leads for $10? Like, and you get a business owner who's so sick of paying Home Advisor or paying Angie's that they're like, yeah, we might as well try this. I hear on YouTube I need to market. Like, it's such a sad reality that home service business owners don't do their homework and they buy into someone for a slick landing page with no track record, and they're just using you as a guinea pig. And then you pair in the ridiculous guarantees we see now in the coaching world. If I don't add, $800,000 or $1 million on your bottom line, I'll work with you for free. Like, all of these desperate claims, like we've chosen purposely at HSBC, no guarantee, right? We're not offering you a guarantee because coaching is a two-way street, but we will tell you our average member adds $180,000 of revenue to their business, and our top 10% add $407,000 of revenue to their business. Am I promising that for your business? Absolutely not. Am I telling you the stats, what they are after working with now over 300 companies all across North America? Absolutely. So that you can do your research and make your own decisions. So I'm just saying, stop buying the slick landing page and the young gun who's going to go change your life, right? And that's a key thing I do want to camp on here, because I do see it in marketing a lot. We think as home service business owners that one hire can like completely revolutionize our business, right? It's just not been my experience seeing that one key marketing person or one key funnel or this crazy follow-up process on Go High Level or this one thing. Like, there's no knight coming on a horse in a white button-up shirt to save your day, right? I used to think this for my painting business, that if I could just hire that production manager that could make 60 grand a year, all my problems would go away. Well, I've hired 7 production managers now over the course of the last decade, and your problems get alleviated, but they certainly do not go away. Like, you just signing up to run a business, like, full stop, you signed up to get paid to solve problems. End of story. If you can solve bigger problems that create more impact and value to the world, you will get paid more. If you small little itty bitty baby problems all day, you'll get paid a small amount of money. And that's why the owner operator, I believe, generally makes a smaller amount of money, like less than 6 figures, because they're solving small problems. They're cleaning 3 or 4 homeowners' windows per day, or whatever the case may be. Those are small problems, right? The bigger problem would be figure out how to franchise that intellectual property out of your head, how to clean windows, and put some more trucks on the road, and then maybe go do another location. So you got to watch the marketing aspect of making wise decisions and not relying on that silver bullet to come and save your business. And this works on the personal side too, right? This one diet or this one workout or this one special thing doesn't work like that. Like, success is made compounding day over day, week over week, month over month, predicated on the fact of you watching this, making wise decisions. So if you want to get in shape and you want to go have a hamburger tonight, it's not a big deal, right? It's if you have a hamburger every single night for the next 45 days, you're probably going to start to feel sluggish and pack on the weight. So it's not always we think, oh, this one thing. It's not this one thing. It's decisions that are made compounded day over day. Okay. So if you want to take the next step in scaling your business to the next level, you're going to want to check out our Scaling Blueprint program. We've worked with hundreds of home service business owners now all around the world, where we've actually built out the systems for them in their customized branding and provided them with coaching from our 7-figure coaching team. If you want to learn more about that opportunity, then go ahead and click the link right here. Now let's get back to the episode. And the third one I want to touch on, really important here, because I see it get messed up all the time. That's investment decisions, right? Am I going to go and buy this new $100,000 Mercedes Sprinter van, or am I going to buy this pre-owned van for $20,000, right? You weigh it out in your head. If I go this way, this is the pro, this is the pro. There is no one exact formula, just generally what I've chosen for my business, which I believe is sound decision-making for my decision matrix, is going the pre-owned route, because number one, I'm going to have a crew be driving that vehicle. So I'm going to get stressed out if it's not completely clean and perfectly taken care of. And after hiring over 150 employees, I just know that stuff will deteriorate over time as you do more jobs, etc. And number two, I'm just a fan of not having debt. Both my businesses today run without debt. I just don't believe in it. I don't believe it's needed. That's why I chose home services in the first place, because you can get the thing profitable in the first year. And no, I'm not choosing to build this into being, a $500 million portfolio. So I'm just choosing to not max out my risk for a max reward. I want an incredible lifestyle business that I can take care of my team locally, but also live a life outside of the business. And that's why I don't want to be working evenings, weekends, why we don't do snow removal or weekend work. I don't want to get pulled in. I want it set up in a nice, beautiful box, the best it can, so that it can run and function with a team in place and run profitably without Dave. That's what success looks like for me. And so it all comes into investment decisions. How are you investing in your own personal growth, right? For me, I'm over multiple six figures now investing in who Dave is today and how I think. And there's different business programs and conferences and masterminds. Some of them amazing. Some of them kind of could have probably done without that. But again, that's how you learn. That's how you grow. And so I do want to say, in hiring decisions, marketing decisions, and investment decisions, you're going to have things that don't maybe work out, or this wasn't as good as I thought. Don't beat yourself up for that. Honestly, I love to say there's no mistakes, there's only learning, right? But if you go into a similar thing again, well, that's kind of foolish on your part. So as long as you're capturing learning from these things, then you just move on, because opportunities are like buses in business. There's always a next bus coming. I've never seen this once in a lifetime get in now decision. And in fact, I have multiple friends that have been presented with this once in a lifetime opportunity, and they'll run to the bank and get a bank draft and give it to this person who disappears. I've seen it happen time and time again. People get weird with money. It's almost like they stop thinking and they just get greedy and they go and throw money into this fund with this investor and they lose it all. I've literally seen it with two, colleagues / friends of mine, one of the $80,000 variety, one of a $30,000 variety. It just happens. And it happens so fast, and you look back and you're like, man, that was some really dumb decision making. We did not do our research, right? I'm not going to get into what's good financial investments or not. I just prefer more steady investments that aren't, quick shoot ups to the right and you go make a cajillion dollars overnight. I like slow. I like sustainable. That's how I've chosen to build my business. That's how I've chosen to build my life. And that just fits who I am as a person. And you may agree with that. You may disagree. It's totally all good. As long as I'm just, want to camp on, as long as you're making the best wise decisions you can, I think you'll be in the best place possible. So as we segue here to the close, I want to leave you with 3 distinct steps that I believe will help you make wise decisions in your business and also in your life. And number 1 is to do your research. Okay. Do your research so you can make a wise decision. The beautiful thing of the internet is everything looks amazing. The beautiful thing of the internet is you can also do your research. So when we have members coming into our coaching program, we don't want them to just hear about us and pay us today, right? It sounds amazing on a YouTube channel. It's actually not, because we want someone warmed up to us. We want them around us, consuming content like this, being on our podcast, being on our YouTube channel, checking out our Instagram, reading through our 300 member success stories, checking out our website, and even maybe seeing, hey, you helped this person. Literally, we have this all the time. Prospects will add our members on Facebook or Instagram. They'll message them, hey, is HSBC legit? How did they help you? Hey, it said your revenue was this. Is that true? Go and do that research. I'm all for it. You gotta research to get informed. And then when you do make a decision to commit to your success, you'll be that much more bought in. So do your research. No one's going to do that for you. It's absolutely paramount. Whatever you're buying today in 2025, moving into 2026, do your research. 2, seek wise counsel. Okay. I would say every day or every second day, I have a message come in on Facebook, an email, or a text message of someone asking for some kind of business advice. And I don't have time to always get back to everybody, But I try and get back to those when I have capacity to do so, and can be, hey, this person's not paying me. What should I do? Hey, this happened with this employee. What do you suggest? Hey, have you ever had this before? What would you suggest I do? I've got, this in the bank, blah, blah, blah. I don't always have time to answer all those, but I do believe there's a reason people are coming to me, because I think I have a track record of demonstrating I do my absolute best to make wise decisions. And how I'm able to do that, I believe I have a really strong Rolodex of counsel, right? So if I got something going on in real estate, I have a really trusted contact with that. If I've got something going on in health, I've got someone really trusted with that. If I've got, something going on at home, I've got someone I can talk to for that. And here's the red hot tip too. You can put in the comments here if you agree. Marrying a spouse who's like above you with being intuitive about people and knows you better than anyone is amazing to bounce decisions off, right? I can run upstairs to dinner and share with my wife, hey, I get a great idea, this person, and I can present it to her, and I could just see like something's kind of off, like I don't know. And so it's like good to have that level of dialogue with someone who loves you and someone who can actually know you, how you think, and you can process ideas together. That's been like a red hot secret hack for me over the last number of years being married with my wife, to be able to seek that wise counsel. Really, really important. And those you can put in the comments below, like if you agree, because if you're an entrepreneur, you're 3% of the world and it's probably very lonely. So having someone to bounce stuff off of is huge. The last thing I'll say to make wise decisions, you want to take the necessary time. You want to slow down, you want to breathe, and you want to sometimes sleep on a decision, right? If you're buying a pack of gum at the supermarket, you don't need to sleep on it, right? It's a $2 decision. Make it or don't. It's not going to change your life one bit. But if you're committing to someone joining you to buy into your business as a partner, you're bringing on a key operations manager that'll be $70,000 plus, incentive, or you're, considering, even joining our coaching program, right? $10,000. There's a lot of money, right? Is that worth it? Am I going to get the return? Do I wait on it for a bit? Honestly, right? It's weird me telling you that, but one of our core values is authenticity and being genuine. So like, I don't want your money right now to join the program. I really don't. I want you to get warmed up to us, consume all this stuff. You could stay on our YouTube channel and double your business next year just on the free advice, right? But those that come to us, they've went through all the free advice and they're like, now I'm ready for the paid stuff. Build out my systems, give me the coaching. I want to get in this community. I want to kick butt this next year. Those are the right people that are going to be fits for us. If you're kind of half in, half out, we'd rather you be out, because we got a killer community and we only want the best people coming in. So just take your time. If that's got to wait another 3, 6, 12 months, big deal. Like, we're not going anywhere. And I think it's important to know as a business owner, timing is so important. You can't, it's that quote, you can do anything you want, but you can't do everything, right? So you got to know where's your capacity right now. And some of you are in really busy seasons right now, maybe on the home front. I know I've been in a really busy season this last year, having a toddler at home, having 2 businesses running, really busy season. I got to be really cautious with my time. I can't go run and get that coffee or even spend 30 minutes on the phone with someone who wants to, pick my brain. I've done now 400 days, no coffee dates, right? I try to not even pick up my phone, to be honest, because I'm just like a robot throughout the day, because I've got a lot of stuff happening and I only have capacity for a few things each day. So I'm just going to take my time with big decisions and not rush it. And I think that's when we get into poor, unwise decision making, is when we have this timeline and it's like, I need an answer by this date. It's like, if it doesn't feel right in your gut, gear down, take another day, take a week. Like, the world's going to continue to move. And in time, if I sleep on a big decision for a little bit, talk to my trusted advisors and do my research, I will know in my gut, right? Like, I bought in the last 3 years, I bought 4 high ticket coaching programs, right? Like 5-figure plus investments. Like, it's a lot of money to me. I didn't just see one funnel and be like, here's $12,000, let's go, right? Like, I'm immersing myself in research. I'm bouncing off my key people. And then I'm sitting on that for weeks, sometimes months before, like, all right, now's the right time, right? Like, for me to invest in coaching, if I'm running a home service business, The winter may be better because I have more capacity to implement, right? The summer, I'm so busy on the tools. Maybe, you just got to work it out when's the best timing for you. So I think I've made that point pretty clear. So to wrap up here, I appreciate you watching this whole way through. If you have, you probably like what you're seeing here with our content. All I ask, if you are on YouTube, put a comment down below. Tell me your number one key big takeaway. Or if you're listening on our podcast and you've not done it yet, please just leave us a review. Share honestly what you feel with this show, or even share it with a friend who's in business that you're like, I think this content could really help you move to the next level. And overall, I appreciate everyone watching today. I hope you're able to take a gold nugget or two. And I wish you well this next year, making the most wise decisions possible to scale up your business.